Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Nipple MMA. I'm your host, Terrence, and I'm going to talk to you about UFC Mexico or UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Erceg. I'm not going to do the whole card, I'm just going to do the main card. So I'm going to skip the prelims. All right, so we'll start with Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kelvin Borjas. Ronaldo, he is from Mexico, Kelvin from Peru. It's a flyweight bout. I've seen Kelvin Borjas fight before. He is a stand-up fighter. Ronaldo Rodriguez, also you can also count him as a stand-up fighter, but he can also grapple. He is a little bit thicker than the other guy. You can see that. For this one, let's see the record for Ronaldo: 18-2. For Kelvin, it's 9-3. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ronaldo Rodriguez on this one. Usually I go for, well, let's say I hope for the guy Borjas, Kelvin Borjas, to win from Peru rather than Ronaldo from Mexico because there's a lot of Peruvian fighters. So, yeah, that's how I usually go. Next up, we have the bantamweight bout between David Martinez from Mexico and Simon Oliveira from Brazil. I haven't really seen much of David Martinez, so I can't really comment too much about the way he fights. I do see he's on 1-0, and Simon is on 18-5. I have seen Simon fight before. If I'm not mistaken, he's a good stand-up fighter. He grapples as well, but for this one, I'm gonna go with Simon Oliveira, just because I know what his record is and I know how he can fight. I'm not 100% sure about David Martinez though. All right, next up we have a bantamweight bout between Raul Rosas Jr. from Mexico versus Vince Morales from the United States. Now I see Raul Rosas on a minus 310. The odds. That's pretty good. But let's see what he can do. I think in this instance, I think there's two things that can happen. Yeah. Now, Raul Rosas Jr. he has tired out before in the later rounds because he comes out to try and finish your first round. You know that type of guy. He's a sprinter. But Vince Morales, he is the. I think he's going to wrestle. Well, of course they're going to wrestle, but I think he stands a good enough chance to get past the wrestling and then fuck Raul Rosas Jr. up in the later rounds. But you never know. So for me, if it's an early stoppage, it's going to be Raul Rosas Jr. If it's going to be later rounds, I'm taking Vince Morales for this bantamweight bout. All right, next up we have Kelvin Gastelum from the United States versus Joe Pyfer from the United States, and it's a middleweight bout. Interestingly enough, I haven't seen Kelvin Gastelum fight in a while, so I'm not too sure where he is. Now I'm talking about his physique, fitness, and his mindset. I did see him on the interviews the other day, and his mindset does look like is there. But we'll see when he's in the ring with Joe Pyfer. For this one, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, because I don't know Calvin. He hasn't. I don't know. He hasn't been really active. I see he's on a 20-9. And Joe Pyfer is on a 13-3. For this one, I'm going to go with Joe Pyfer. I think he'll take this one. I think he'll take this one. I think he's a bit younger, a bit hungrier. Where I think Kelvin, his time might have gone past to actually go and get that belt. In any case, let's get to the next one. We've got a lightweight bout versus Manuel Torres from Mexico, and he's fighting Drew Dober from United States. Drew Dober fights a lot, eh? For this one, that's a tough one to call. But if I'm not mistaken, the last one I saw from Manuel Torres is he knocked the guy out with his elbow. Really good timing, knocked the guy out with his elbow. Thing is that Drew Dober is a dog, bro. He does not lie down. He'll come at you, and he'll come at you, and he'll come at you. So we'll see if Manuel can actually handle that pressure that Drew Dober gives. If he can't, Drew Dober is going to be all over him. It's going to be a long night. But if Manuel Torres gives him problems on the feet, it could be a long night for Drew Dober. For this one, I'm sort of 50-50. I'm going to go with Manuel Torres. But I could never count out Drew Dober. But I'll go for Manuel Torres in this case. And then we get to the main card. The main card, which is Brandon Moreno, who's ranked number 2 from Mexico. It's a flyweight bout, and he's going up against Steve Erceg, which is ranked 8th, and he's from Australia. Alright, mate. So, let's see if Steve Erceg has learned his lesson. Let's see. Because Brandon Moreno has got a lot of experience fighting. Steve Erceg not so much, but this is a quite a difficult one to choose who's going to win. I'm gonna go with Brandon Moreno. I think in this instance, I'm gonna go with the vet, and I'm actually going to go by... I don't think it's going to go the distance. So let's say in the 3rd round, let's say Brandon Moreno by rear naked choke. Let's see. You can also knock him out. But yeah, I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno for this one. I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno. Alright guys, but let me know what you guys think. Who is your favorite fighter in this, or who's coming up? And who do you want to win? Let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.